United Healthcare Group. First off, it's the largest insurance company in the United States. Brian Thompson was the CEO of. Aside from insurance companies, in just companies in general in the world, the 9th largest in the world is a health insurance company. For profit. A lot of developed countries, I should say, I think most first world countries, maybe all, have some sort of, single payer system or have healthcare from their government, right? So they're not making a bulk of that money to be 9th place overall. We're talking Google, we're talking everything worldwide. They're number 9. They're in the top 10, and they're making all that money from the U.S. specifically. In 2023, United denied about 1 in every 3 claims from people. And again, if you don't understand how insurance works, for maybe some of the younger people in the audience and myself, it's interesting, this story, because I am currently in the marketplace, like going through marketplace to get insurance for my health. Because I turned 26 not too long ago. Such a hassle when you start getting into it. You maybe empathize with people's frustrations towards people in that industry. But so 1 in every 3 claims were denied. And how does healthcare work, right? So I pay you. We're gonna pretend your name is United. I pay United, let's say $100 a month for my insurance. So that comes out at $1,200 a year. And in doing that, right, they're supposed to cover preventative care as well as when I get sick, they're going to cover some of that bill. What ends up happening is we pay these people month after month after month, and their hope is they don't ever have to pay that back, pay us out. So what they do is they deny your claim, and we'll get to some of the shadiness about them denying claims a little bit later in the show. They defend that decision, and you guessed it, they're deposing. They're trying to do everything they can to not pay out. They're going to say that maybe this claim is filed incorrectly. You need to go back to the hospital and get a second thing so we can verify this is real. We need to prove this is real. And they're going to say, well, did you really need to be in the emergency room for this? So we don't know that it was necessarily worth you being in the emergency room for X, Y, and Z. And the interesting thing is our system is set up in such a way that, because it's privatized and it's not ran by the government, you are supposed to find the best insurance for yourself, right? It's a capitalist market. But the issue with healthcare specifically is when your heart fails while you're shopping and they take you in an ambulance to the hospital, you don't have time to shop around and decide which hospital you're going to because that's in network, or this isn't, what kind of care you're going to get because my insurance only covers this versus whatever. You just you're trying to survive, or the people taking care of you are just trying to save your life. And we rack that bill up because, of course, the hospitals are privatized, so they got to make money, and the insurance company doesn't want to pay that money, so that insurance company, instead of doing what they're supposed to do because you paid them to do it every month, they just say, we don't think this is actually under something we agreed to pay out for, so if you want to fight with us about it, we can do that, but we're not going to pay for this right now. That bill's on you. By the way, the number one cause of bankruptcy in the United States is medical bankruptcy. It is due to medical bills, medical expenses. But yeah, so to bring it back, United denied in 2023, about 1 in every 3 claims. That's for anything. You having to run to the hospital or urgent care or whatever because, you potentially broke a bone, or maybe you thought you were concussed and you actually weren't concussed. And it's like, I know this personally from dealing with family members and dealing with friends of mine who've had insurance that maybe isn't the greatest insurance, and them deliberately going out of their way to avoid getting care as much as possible in fear that, getting this thing checked out would cost too much. It sucks that should not be a reality in a first world country. I mean, it really on the planet. But the fact that it is a reality, I can't argue with it. For years of my life, I didn't have health insurance. There was a little bit of period there where I didn't. And even when I did, understanding what's in network, what's out of network, I'm thinking, okay, I'm on my mom's insurance. She's paying X out of her paycheck every month. And then I'm showing up to this appointment. Why am I still paying $75 out of pocket? That's interesting. I just want to throw this out there. Also, United, opposed to any other healthcare provider, has the highest denial rate almost by an average of almost by 2. So Brian Thompson was the former CEO of United Healthcare until he just passed. He was in charge of a company that, as recent as 2 years ago, was accused by senators of the United States of specifically using artificial intelligence to help in those denials of claims. So United Healthcare leads the league in scoring when it comes to denying people health care. And to do that, they were juicing. They were cheating. Basically, they had adopted, this is alleged, and this is under investigation, I believe. They were using AI to help auto-deny claims. And what's even scarier is that as recent as 2022, they started trying to figure out, using those same AI models, trying to figure out who in advance, like based off their denial system, who would appeal so that they could make it harder for said individuals to appeal. So they could figure out what kind of claims get denied the most, like what kind of people get denied the most, figure out what those kind of claims are, and then find ways to make it more difficult to appeal for those specific claims. Even this past weekend, I was talking with some people that I know personally disagree with me politically on so many things. Probably on, well, I can assure you on the last election, probably the last 3 elections. And nobody disagrees about this. Nobody disagrees that these, specifically when it comes to healthcare, that the insurance companies are just fucking us. There's no other way to put it. We pay them every month, every year. They make insane amounts of, unfathomable amounts of money. The CEO is making millions of dollars a year. And I just saw a clip of this, so I will shout it out as well. The beginning of the Incredibles film, which I don't know if how many of you remember. This was just on my TikTok page, For You page, which is wild. The beginning of that film, when the main character, Mr. Incredible, when he's working his desk job and he's trying to explain to the old lady that, like, there's no way we can't cover this, we can't cover blah 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 blah, and he then waits for her he tells her to like cry so that he can make it sound like he's denying her, and then he gives her the exact playbook on how to actually get through all the bureaucracy and get her claim paid for. I mean, just watch this scene. It's insane. It's sickening. I had no idea as a child what this was talking about, but he is literally, not only is he a superhero as Mr. Incredible, he is a superhero working at this insurance firm and helping people actually get their stuff paid for, because it's set up, everything is set up for them not to. And he gets in trouble, he gets reprimanded by his boss because he is allowing people's insurance claims to be fulfilled. He gets in trouble with his boss. Because when you think about it, if you're a for-profit company, your company is designed to put profit first. A health insurance company's job is not to cover costs for you. They are not trying to get you the best care. They are trying to make as much money as they can so they can pay out the shareholders. To do that, they would have to, based on their business model, collect as much as possible and pay as little as possible. Does that make sense? That's how it works, right? That's how insurance works. I need to get as much money as possible, and I need to pay out as little as possible. So how do I do that? I up premiums, put certain features or certain coverages behind even more money, right? So maybe we won't include dental anymore. Normally, we will, in this plan that otherwise did include dental, maybe we'll make it cost even more per month to have dental included. Which, sidebar, it's insane that dental insurance isn't already included with every health insurance. Why is that? Why is that a separate thing? Because when you think about most diseases, and I think there's a stat to back this up. I don't have somebody here to pull it up for me right this second, but most diseases start in the mouth, like throughout history. I mean, just how much bacteria is up in here. How many conspiracy theorists have I sat across from talking into one of these, and now I'm sitting here breathing it in. So much bacteria in here. Why the fuck is dental insurance not included with most insurance plans? That's insane that those are two separate things. It should all be included. It's health. Same with mental health too. I'm currently, I've been talking about it on this podcast. I'm in a lot of therapy right now. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to, become a better person, get to know myself, understand myself more, working on acceptance. So many insurance policies do not include mental health. They don't include it. They don't include like talk therapy. They'll maybe do like a psychiatrist. Because why? Because a psychiatrist is going to give you a prescription, which makes the big pharma more money. It's all money, dude. It's all money. I'm sorry.